So hey Lawn Care Nation, in this video we're going to talk about the importance of learning to say no in your lawn care business. So before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button and you click that notification bell so you're notified right away when I make videos like this that have the potential to make your business grow. So hey Lawn Care Nation, we've all heard about learning to say no, especially when you're younger, growing up, going through school, and facing a lot of peer pressure. But what about learning to say no in a business environment, in your lawn care business, and being able to apply that principle to customers? Let me explain. So over the course of me doing interviews of other entrepreneurs on my Lawn Care Business Success podcast, one of the questions I like to ask people is, what is one thing you would do differently if you were to start your lawn care business over again? And one of the answers that I have gotten a few times is learning to say no to customers. So what that means basically is when you're starting out your lawn care business, you're very hungry for work. You're willing to take on all sorts of jobs, and you're green in the industry. You don't know sort of what the limits are, and you're not quite confident yet to be able to set your prices and stick to them, or to be able to say no when customers are looking for you to accommodate them by adding all those little extras. So one of the most common areas here that you'll find when you're starting a lawn care business is just when you go and quote a customer a price for a lawn, and you give them your price and they come out with, well, would you be willing to do it for this much? Or, the last guy only charged me this much. And you have to be able to stand your ground. One of the most important reasons for this is that once you cave into one of your customers' requests when it comes to negotiating pricing, you're setting yourself up for that entire relationship, for that customer to know that every time they ask you for a quote on something, that whatever the price may be, regardless of how low it is, that's not the real price, and that there's always room to negotiate with you. So you want to start out right from the beginning in laying out your pricing and sticking with it. If the customer decides that they don't want to go with you, or that they are gonna get another quote, then you have to be willing to walk away. In the end, though, you will build up that confidence, and you will start to attract the types of clients that you really want in your lawn care business, and not just all of those lowballer type clients. One of the other really common scenarios where this happens isn't in terms of the actual price you're charging, but it's with the customer trying to get you to do extra once the job is done, or in the middle of the job. So for example, you go and quote a customer, they say, yes, go ahead with the lawn mowing, they agree to the price, and then you go out there and do the job, and then they come out about halfway through and they're like, hey, would you mind just pulling out those weeds over there in that corner of that bed, or could you take away this little pile of debris there for me? Would you be a peach and do that for me? Or, do you think you could, trim, that other side that, isn't maybe part of what you quoted? Those types of things that they try to sneak in there every other time. Or you may quote for a weekly service and they agree, and then they start to slip in the it doesn't need a cut this week, or can you come every other week, and they try to dictate the schedule. These are very common examples of things that you will encounter when you're starting a lawn care business. And again, it's important to put your foot down. Like I said, when you're first starting out, this is going to be a much bigger issue, because again, you are hungry for work. You're willing to take on every type of customer you can to get your foot in the door, to gain experience, and to build up your business. As you get that experience, and as you start to build your reputation in the community, and get your business's brand out there, then it becomes less and less of an issue, because you start to get work from all over, and you start to get a more abundant amount of work, and you can start to pick and choose those types of jobs. So that's why in the beginning, it's very important to start to set those standards, because I can, tell you from experience that if you are willing to cave into those types of things, it will instantly lead to disgruntledness, to you not being happy. Every time you have to go and mow that lawn or do that job, you're going to feel underappreciated. You're going to be feel taken advantage of, and it just leads to a bad situation all the way around. So what's the best way to counteract this, or to be prepared for when these situations come up? Well, first of all, of course, you have to be willing to walk away from the job. You have to be willing to, dig your heels in and say, no, this is the policy. We mow every week. Or no, this is the price. Unfortunately, I need to be profitable. And the best way to arm yourself in those situations is to have information that you can present to that customer. The green industry, the lawn care industry, it varies. You have kids, being able to push mow after school. They don't even need to have their own equipment. They can use that particular client's own equipment to do the job, all the way to big, massive companies that have multiple crews and city contracts and all that sort of stuff. There's a huge range, but the perception from a lot of people is that lawn care, lawn mowing is sort of the bottom tier, of the workforce, and that, you're easy prey to take advantage of. So what's the best way to combat this? And of course, it's being armed with information. It's being able to say to a client, those reasons to back up why the price is the price. Knowing your numbers is a huge part of this. Of course, we talk about it all the time. You hear it in the green industry all the time. And if you don't know your numbers, making an attempt to know your numbers, to understand what makes you profitable in this business. Let's face it, if you're not making a profit on jobs and you're just breaking even and paying for fuel and paying for equipment costs and that, then what's the point of starting a business? You need to be profitable. And the sooner you figure that out, the sooner that you're able to price those jobs properly, the better it's going to be. So once you know those numbers, to make sure and you quote those jobs that you're sticking to those prices. Again, if you know your numbers and the customer's trying to negotiate with you and they're trying to cut into that profit, and again, you're then just breaking even because they're saying, hey, the last guy did it for this much. Well, maybe the last guy, doesn't have insurance. Maybe the last guy doesn't have the expenses that you have. Maybe the last guy hasn't turned a profit in, a couple of years, and that's why they're, no longer anywhere to be found. So you can't compare yourself to others. And, whenever I get that, I always say, well, what happened to the last guy? How come, they're still not mowing your lawn? And the truth usually quickly comes out. So if you guys are having trouble with the whole concept of knowing your numbers and how to know if a job is profitable or not, I put together a video course on my website, lawncarebusinesssuccess.com. You can find it in the Academy section, or just go straight to lawncarebusinesssuccessacademy.com, and you'll find it in the courses section. It's called How to Price Lawns Profitably, and I go over all of the knowing your numbers, how to find out a profitable hourly rate that you can base your quotes on, and goes through that whole gamut of getting your business to become profitable. Feel free to head on over to the website and check out the free preview video where I talk about all of the different topics discussed in that video course. So that's all I have for you guys this week. So if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic of learning to say no in your lawn care business. So that's it for this one, guys. Here's to wishing you guys all overwhelming success and freedom in your lawn care business. Bye for now.